What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, and I am coming at you tonight to start the Weight Loss 101 series. So I thought that this was important because it starts from ground zero. Where did Beautiful Brown Baby Doll start from, where I've come from, and where I'm at as far as my weight loss. So this will kind of chronicle all of those different things that you all wanted to know. It's easy to see where I am now, but you all need to know the struggles, the definite and the all of the details of those struggles. So I'm going to make that into a series, and I'm starting with this one. This one will be a little shorter because it is the start of what it took for me to get to from ground zero to work up. And this series is actually inspired by a good friend of mine, and we met through YouTube. Cool peoples, Miss High Maintenance. Miss High Maintenance. She is really, really cool, and she actually hit me with a video about this, and so I really wanted to touch on it. Let's go ahead and get started with getting your mind right. And what do I mean by that? With getting your mind right for weight loss, you first have to mentally prepare yourself. And a lot of people get up and say, "Ooh, I'm going to lose weight. Ooh, I want to lose 30 pounds. Ooh, I need to do this. I need to do that." But they really haven't thought about what it takes to get there and what it's going to take to prolong that weight loss, especially if it's a larger number. I myself have lost, look at me, y'all. I'm so narcissistic sometimes. But I have lost nearing 100 pounds, I will say. And honestly, it took a lot to think about what I knew it would take. And I did not know it would take what it took. So let's be real here. And I've maintained that weight for about 4 years now. So I did not know what it would take. It took a lot of hard work. So you have to get your mind together. You have to know where you want to go, where you want to end up. So let me start with a couple of questions that have come up in this journey. What made you stay on the weight loss track, and how did you get to your weight goal? Well, I'm not going to go all the way to the end because that's what the series is built up for, but I am going to say what made me stay on the weight loss track and start it, period. What made me start it was the fact that I was thinking, all the time, everything was circling around my weight. I don't want to go to this party because I feel like I look fat. I don't want to go here because I feel like I'm going to be the fattest girl, or I feel like I don't look as good as everybody else. Everything was draining to always have to think about how my weight played into my everyday life. Sometimes I was eating and just eating and eating and eating and not realizing where the emptiness was coming from. Why was I just eating and eating? Why was I continuing to pack on pounds that were unnecessary? Why was I doing that? And that was a part of getting my mind right. I had to first start writing down exactly what it was I was eating every day. Sometimes that's a shocker to the brain because you don't ever think you eat as much as you do. That's the first thing. You first need to see what's messing up your track. Then you need to write down how much activities you're doing in a day. A lot of times we sit and talk about, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. Well, if you're not getting up and doing anything, then a lot of the times activity is the reason why you're gaining weight. If you have not just had a child, if you have not just had maybe a thyroid problem, a health issue, then that is usually the reason. Low activity levels lead to weight gain. No matter what you do, you can control the food you eat all day long, but if you don't have good activity every day, you're not going to want to control how you eat. Activity levels help with that. They help balance that overall. You should throw in at least 45 minutes of active activity every day. So getting your mind right includes analyzing all of those things. How many activities am I involving myself in? What is it that I'm wanting to achieve? What am I doing this for? Hold on, y'all. Let's get this straight. Getting your mind right for weight loss, includes knowing who you are doing this for. If it's a journey, why? Is it because a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend called you fat? Is it because some chick called you fat? Is it because some dude called you fat? Is it because you're ready to do it yourself? Ding! That's where you get your mind right. When you realize that it's you that wants to do this, it's you that wants to work hard for this, and why you want it, That's when true weight loss begins. It will not begin before that. And some people may shed some pounds doing it for somebody else, but I guarantee you, if you look at them 3 years from now, they won't keep it off because it was not for them. So that's what kept me on. When I got up every day and was not worried about what everybody thought about me, meaning that I put those things aside, of course, more of that came with the journey. When I first said, look at me, this is not what I want to be. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to look like. That was when true weight loss began. So you have to get your mind right. And I'm going to continue to say that. Get your mind right. I also looked for motivational quotes. Things that will push me forward. Things that would keep me going. Another thing is in getting your mind right is putting yourself around the right people. I couldn't always go out to eat with the gang because I didn't know how to eat. If you don't know how to eat, you don't want to go out and eat with people who, it's fine to eat what you want to eat. But if you know that you're trying to accomplish some goal, you might have to set yourself apart for a little while. Learn how to eat first. And that's ground zero. If you're not understanding caloric intakes, if you're not understanding what your body needs to sustain a certain body weight or drop in body weight, you're not getting your mind right. If you're spending more of your time eating out with friends and not really understanding why you're gaining weight, you're not getting your mind right. So that's where you need to start. Okay, so I'll move into a little bit of staying motivated just because I've touched a little bit on where I started from. Staying motivated. You know, I have several keeping the confidence videos, so make sure y'all check those out. Those will help you with that confidence and that motivation. But staying motivated comes from every morning. I would look at myself and I would say, I'm doing this for me. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you all. I get emotional when I think about it. I cried some mornings. Some mornings I didn't. Some mornings I still, 4 or 5 years later, don't want to get up to work out. But I knew that this was for my greater good. It was for my health. It was for my mind. It was for the way I like to look. It's for the way that I like to dress. It's for the way that I like to present myself. It was what I wanted to do. Not what someone else wanted from me, but what Nina wanted from me. What beautiful brown baby doll wanted for herself. So therefore, you have to get your mind right. Your motivation starts at home. What kept me motivated was watching those stars on TV that, not that I wanted to attain their body, but I've showed you all pictures of people I aspired to have a certain body type like. And I would look at things and I would look at some of the workout plans that they had. I would Google those things and I would look at it and I would say, how can I tweak my workouts to get here? And we're going to get deeper into workouts as a part of this series so that I can show you all some of the little things that I did in the beginning. But it starts off with getting your mind right. You can only stay focused on something you truly want for yourself. You can only stay motivated for something that you want. Motivation is based on motives. And we know this by psychology. If you don't have any motives to lose weight, you're not going to do it. No incentive to lose weight. I got strict on myself. I had to think of punishments and rewards for myself. And yes, I did have treat days. That was asked too by Miss High Maintenance, my girl. I did, when I started off, I would be very strict. When I say strict, I started looking into different health plans. I wasn't so strict that I wasn't eating some of the same foods I ate before, and we'll get into menus and we'll get into things like that with this series. But just to touch the surface, I was strict in the sense that I had to kind of wean myself from those bad foods. I had to find out what good foods were and what substitutes I could use for bad foods. Why was I eating those foods? I had to figure that out. I had to figure out if I was just eating because it was there. I had to figure out if I was eating because I was mad or I was angry at somebody or because I wanted something. I had to figure out the source of my eating and low activity levels. First, again, I had to get my mind right. With that, you'll find success. So, I hope this helps as a first entry into this series. I'm going to try to hit on something every day. I'm trying to make myself do this, y'all. Trying to hit on something nearly every day that comes to mind. So, all the videos might not fit into a specific series or goal, but it will all add to the end for that weight loss one-on-one to move you all up a level from ground zero. So I hope that this helped you all, give you some insight. So first, step number one, we are going to get our minds right. Figure out who you're doing this for, what you want to do, and why you want to do it. Get it, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace. Make sure you go ahead and add your girl on Facebook at Nina Ellis Hervey. And also, make sure that you add me on Twitter. Follow me there, Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, spelled a little bit differently. Add me there. Much love.